Since long, I was thinking of writing about that during the creation, the world was made first by the elements. The elements that could make the living things breathe and live in it. The Creator first made the powerful elements. And there are so many things we can learn from the nature of these elements. Since these are rainy days here in Mussoorie and I keep watching the rain, many thoughts would come into my mind, which I wrote and I want to share today. When God created the world, the earth was molten, flowing like waters. The water was into it. So God separated the water first. The formula of water we all know is H2O. One molecule of hydrogen and two molecules of oxygen. The water was separated. Oxygen was released. Oxygen was life. Oxygen was the breath. The breath in which the plants and animals could live. Therefore, water is life. But there are so many beautiful qualities which we learn from these waters. The quality of giving. Water is always a giver. As it flows down as a stream, the rivers, they are always giving. We quench our thirst. All the living things, plants, animals, everything. It's very sacred. It's very powerful, very pure. That God has given us. We can't live without water. Having 75% water in our body, we need it desperately to live. And the water releases oxygen, the breath that we take. So both the things that are released from the water gives us life. Water has no double standards, which we human have. It is a giver. As it flows, in many places we see that we do praise it, sing songs of praises, do all kind of rituals for the water. That's good. But the same water, a little ahead as it flows, all the dirt is poured into it. The same water that we were praising and doing our religious rituals. In that we throw the dead animals, the dead human remains, the dirt of the houses and homes. As it flows throughout the earth, any river, any ocean, we humans only make it more dirty. But see, the core habit of the character of the water is giving. So it doesn't change at all. It shows considerable kindness by virtue and always giving us. We keep throwing dirt into it in return. But it happens that it is always forgiving also. It changes its form into vapor and cleans itself and come back again for us. This is what some human beings are. They are forever giving in, not in the worldly things also, but they have so much to give you, impart with you some good knowledge. But they are never ever given any importance. And they were most of the time considered as foolish, some fools. We don't want to hear them because they are those dirt who will never change. The habits will never change. They will still be the same people who are always hurting, doing bad things, and polluting the universe, the polluting the earth, the minds of the people. But the good people who do get affected for a while, but they do their own meditations, their prayers, and get all those hurt and polluted things that they see around them and make themselves clean again. The core habit of them is giving, like that of water. So as long as you are a giver, giver of good thoughts, people sit with you and they find some good things in you and they learn. This is the kind of people will always clean themselves, even if people try and pollute them. This is one nature one can learn from the waters. Then again, I was thinking how flexible and balanced water is. If there are seasons, the core of hydrogen plus oxygen remains the same. The core habit remains the same, but it freezes itself to become ice when cold, becomes vapors when it is hot, but it never destroys itself. It comes back again as a rain. So the balance of hydrogen and oxygen remains the same. The core habit of retaining the water, it is maintaining the balance by being flexible. We too can do the same. There are times when you have to take a balance of your life. Be flexible. Whatever circumstances come into your life, do not get frightened and do not disturb yourself. Change yourself. And then you will find the balance has always been the survivor of a human race. There has been many examples in the biblical narratives. I will take one of King Solomon, the wisest king, who was known for his wisdom and his judgment. Very balanced person. But time came in old age when he became off the balance, having about 1,000 wives, 300 concubines. Younger girls he would marry. And then get influenced and follow their religion, follow their gods. The God that gave him the wisdom he left. He started praising and doing rituals of certain gods which were not good, which God was displeased with. Therefore, off the balance he came in life, in later stages, which today's older people are like that, most of them. You can't sit with them, you can't talk to them because they have nothing, no knowledge to impart. Whatever they had, they have finished it off. They can't give anything to anyone. If there are few people who are older and who have great knowledge, my request will be, do sit, do impart something good when the younger lot sit with you, so that with your experience and your knowledge, they get something. It is very difficult to sit. For people like me, no. I yet have not found a person who's older and we could sit with them and talk to them. This is the reason to have flexibility and balance. Old age has to come act like an old person. As a child acts like a child, the old should act like an older person and behave themselves. Then I saw thinking about the depth. Where you sit near the oceans or the sea, you see that it has, you don't even know how much deeper it is. But when you see certain programs about the people who are going deeper into the oceans, they found great treasures there. Treasures of wealth, treasures of civilizations that were lost, we come to know. Their culture, their writings, their ways, how they conducted their life, what rituals they had, and everything about the older civilizations is there in the depth of the water. So is the human being. Those who have depth, not everybody has. Those who are gifted and blessed with the depth of the knowledge, they sit with you. You may find them very blunt, very straightforward, very open. But when you sit with them, talk to them, go deeper into their thoughts, spend some time with them, irrespective of the age, young, middle age, older, anybody. And you will find a great depth of knowledge that God has gifted them. They had this in them. They were blessed when they came to this world to take the knowledge which was already given by God to them. They had to come and see for themselves, learn, know, experience, and then share. It could be small children. It could be older also. It could be younger, middle age also. These gifted people are very aloof because they are thinkers. Their minds are not in this worldly matters. Their minds are into the things of the above, for which they have come in this world. So they will always be blunt. You will find them very straightforward and talk sense. They are never the pleasing kind. They will never use sugar-coated words and false affections. They will not show because they know fakeness is fakeness. But there will be great depth if you sit with them. Know them, understand them, and take the knowledge that they have. Even if you don't sit with them, watch them, learn about them, hear them, read about them, read the good books they have left behind. You learn a lot. The depth, if a human being has, not everyone, out of 100, you can say 75% people in today's time have no depth in themselves. They are so empty. Very less people. Fakeness is there. So much fakeness is there in people. This water shows us that depth is a treasure. Then again, I was thinking about the rituals that we all do in all the religion. The same water that we dirty so much, but when we have to be spiritually going to a holy place, again, the water that we ill-treat so much purifies us. We need to purify ourselves. We take holy water. We take dip in the Jordan River. We take the dip into Ganges. We bring the holy water of Zamzam in the Muslims. Every single religious sect uses water as purification. Washing themselves before going to the mosque, washing themselves before going to the churches or the temples. Everywhere it is water that we use to purify ourselves to enter into a religious place. The same water which we have been so abusive about, still it helps us to purify ourselves, the body and the inner core, to enter into the religious place. It helps us. in purification. See the humbleness of water. It keeps flowing down. It's so down to earth. And it never bothers. Whatever vessel you give, it fits into it. Into any trenches, any vessels. It takes the shape of that vessel and stays in that. It doesn't need, like in today's time, the people who are praised and called certain religious leaders, they always want to sit on the higher places and do lectures and do miracles which have got nothing to do with human being. There is no humbleness in them. Not at all. You find, I watch so many on YouTube, so many, I see them. It disturbs me how much fakeness is there, and they are destroying the human brain. Learn from water, humbleness, humility. It never wants to go up. It sits down. It flows down. Takes the shape of any vessel you give. See the humility water shows us. So, even the last rites are done by the water to purify the body for its final journey. Every single part of our body, our mind, our journey on earth needs water. Right from the baptism to the last ritual, the body is purified with water. How much we need water, how much humility we learn from water. This, while I was writing during these rainy days that we have, and I will be writing about the other elements of the earth also, learning lessons from the things. Even we see how much electricity we take, energy we harness from water. This electricity that we take brings light into the dark world of the evenings, of the night. So much work is done through the electric trains and all these gadgets that we have. The life has become so simple, so faster, so neat and so good. We communicate with each other in far off places, far off countries. The electricity is an energy for our body, for our life. Respect it, keep it clean, and save the water. Learn the humility, learn the giving power from water, and find yourself, sit quietly, go into the depth of your heart and see, are we having qualities of water in us? If not, then these are certain qualities. Let me try and have it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like my videos. Do like, subscribe and share my channel, Words of Wisdom, decoded by Anita Binepal. And this is Anita Binepal speaking from Mussoorie. Good morning to all of you and God bless you all. Have a nice day.